perform very well. So I changed my mind and I opted arts in my after having spent more than 3 years in BSc Bachelor of Science. I changed my subject and I did my post graduation in English literature, in which I performed very well. So that's about my qualification academically. Then if I talk about my experience, uh, I started working as a medical representative. Then I changed my profession, and slowly I started transforming myself as a teacher. Then I became a trainer. I did a TESOL, American TESOL certification program. I became much confident. Then I did a training for IELTS from British Council, and I became more and more confident as I came across guys like you. A teacher is, or a trainer is, someone who is what, because of people like you who meet him, add up his experience. Students actually teach students actually teach the teacher how to teach, but students actually create a trainer. So that's about my profession. So I have been teaching for more than 6 years, and I really feel good that I'm into such a profession which is beneficial to everyone. And if I talk about personally, I'm married. I have a daughter, a son. Alhamdulillah, I have my parents with me, and it's a small family. So that's about my family. If I talk about my hobbies, uh, I think that I'm good at cooking. That's a different irony that people don't accept that. Uh, so whenever I get time, I get into cooking, and I love cooking. I started watching YouTube videos and experimenting. Then these experimentation work sometimes, sometimes it does not work. But I try to enjoy cooking so that I think cooking is something which can make people happier. So serve food, serve love is my theme. When it comes to sports, cricket is my favorite sport. I play a lot of cricket during my childhood, and whenever I get some time, I love to spend time with ball. I used to be a fast bowler. I really enjoyed playing cricket, and teaching is my passion. And Alhamdulillah, I have got, by the grace of God, I have got great opportunity to teach my Malayali friends, Malayali students. They have added up a great portion of my experience. More than 3 years I have spent with Keralites, and by the grace of God, I'm able to, go into their brains and try to understand how they see certain sentence structures, what kind of problems they may face, and I try to come up with, the best ways to teach them. And Malayalis have actually made me so confident that I feel that I can teach a student hailing from any background, any country. So back there in Punjab, by the grace of God, I'm really, delighted when I tell people what experience I've got. So I've spoken for some 5 minutes, I think, about myself. That was too much. Sometimes I, repeated certain things. But if we are like, if a trainer is trying to talk more and more, what he's trying to do? He's trying to give you certain sentence structures. He's trying to program your mind. So you pick up. The best technique is to imitate. Like when you start watching some movies, like especially Bollywood movies, or even your South Indian movies. So you, like, I've noticed like Malayalis are too fond of copying their favorite actors, their hairstyle. Like there is Thalapathy Vijay. He in a movie he did this, like, yeah, that action. So I also did that thing. So copying, imitation is a very great technique to make you learn certain things. uh, what's my approach? My approach is for those who are sitting in the last bench, or who are shy, who think like, I should not raise hand, I should not raise, like, you should not ask any question to me. I'm very fine in my comfortable zone. So I'm really, very attached to them. I try to solve their problems. I become their voice. but because I know that these guys can do, miraculous things in their studies, in their lives. The only thing is I need to encourage them. Let me tell you, what are your questions? I know you have many questions. The first question is, how come we can learn English or IELTS, get training for IELTS from online platform? And that's a good question. So how many of you have this question? Just raise your hand. I'm asking your questions to you, to myself. My question is, how many of you think, how come one can learn English or IELTS through online platform? And that's also in 21 days. How will it happen? Just raise your hand. Yes, good. 2. Only 2 guys. Indranil Ghosh. Ghosh, probably somewhere from either West Bengal or Assam, maybe. Good. Christian Dev Ghosh, yes. I'm the guy, yes. I really love that. You should have a question. Ghosh from Kerala, okay? Well, so you should have a question. The question is, how come one can, crack IELTS? Let me tell you 2 things frankly. Here we have 2 types of students. Students who just need to learn the pattern of the exam. They need to learn the pattern of the exam, and slowly they will start, practicing the practice sets what you have with you. This is called Cambridge. So Cambridge has different books like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books are there. Okay. So what you need to do is such students, they start solving practice sets straight away. By practicing, they understand the pattern of the exam. But the thing is that they should have, the second category is that who does not have any idea about what IELTS is. So the thing is that what we do, we learn the pattern of the exam. So you also learn the basics of English language. If you're lacking that basics of English language, then this journey will be a little bit, difficult for you. So what do you do? First, become confident in your basics. Then the second idea is that once you have, mastered yourself in the basics. Anu, yes, please take your hand down. Maybe your hand is paining now. Keep it down. Yes. So what I spoke, 2 things. My first thing was learn the pattern. If you are unaware of English language, the basics, it may happen. Yes. The best thing is that don't teach yourself any elusive idea. You know what's illusion? Illusion is something you think it's there. Oh, it's there. But once you reach there, no, it's not there. So you think that, yes, I can do. Yes, you can do, but you should be realistic. If you're lacking basics, accept it. I'm lacking basics. If you think that I'm lacking basics of readings, yes, I'm lacking. That's why my score is either constant or it's keep on fluctuating. So just let me know how many of you are unaware of the pattern of the exam, because I know that there are a variety of students sitting here. Unaware, just people who are unaware, just raise your hand. 1. Frankly speaking, don't be shy. If you will be shy here, then see, only God can help you. I can't. Okay, Indranil Ghosh is unaware of the pattern, right? My question is, please raise your hand if you are unaware of the pattern of IELTS exam. So, okay. Indranil is in 9th standard. Okay, good. Mary Jacob, please, frankly speaking, if you are unaware of the pattern of the exam, please raise your hand. Okay, good, good. Very good. So 4 candidates are completely unaware of, 5 students are completely unaware of the pattern of the exam. Then How many of you have already taken this exam once, at least once? Just raise your hand. So could you please take down the names of those students? Yeah, we need to segregate students. Okay, so let me know if I'm wrong. So Mary, Jacob, and Kiran have taken the exam. Kiran, have you taken the exam?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. Okay. So I have my first question was those students who have not taken exam, just raise your hand. Okay. Then students who have not who have taken the exam at least once, just raise your hand. And students who have taken more than once, they need to raise hand. Okay, rest of the students have taken the exam. Am I right? Okay. So yes, so I think that the rest of the students have taken the exam. So some 5 to 6 students have no idea what's the pattern of the exam. See, it is IELTS. I will just spend some 5 minutes with for these our new students. Like IELTS is an exam that you need to qualify in order to either study or work. Okay, so students who want to study in a European country where English is the first language, there you need to qualify this international IE English L language testing system, IELTS exam. Okay, so here in our exams we have marks or grades. So here IELTS is about. Will you please make me host? Am I? Yeah. Is the screen visible? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So here we get band, a score which is called band. So 9 band are equal to 20 marks. Okay. Within 5 minutes I'll finish this. Please bear up. So 9 band are equal to 40 marks. Okay. So the first section is called listening section. So here you will be given audios. 4 audios will be there. You need to listen. While listening, you need to solve or provide the required information. Okay. Am I right? If I'm wrong, just let me know, please, frankly speaking. So you need to fill up, do different activities, can be match or correct what you call option. Okay, choose the option, or they will be describing a map and you need to tell what is where. So 40 marks for listening. Okay. Then comes reading. So reading has 3 passages. So passage 1 to 3. The total marks are divided, 40 marks are divided in these 3 passages. Okay. Now comes your writing. The students who take academic exam. Academic exam taken by those students who want to study. Okay. For working people, we have another exam called General IELTS. So that is also another question. Just let me know how many of you are going to take general exam. Just raise your hand. And Miss Vincent, could you please take down their names? General exam.
Yes, sir.
Please raise your hand. Students, please raise your hand who are going to take general IELTS. Means IELTS exam for working abroad. So writing section has 2 tasks. One is for general students, we have letter writing. For Then the task 2 is any essay, any topic. Okay. Whereas academic students, they don't write a letter. Academic students need to describe. Keep on raising your hands, please. These things are really needful. Describe a bar chart or anything. Bar, any graph. Anything. Okay. So that's the difference between writing section. Okay. Listening and reading are similar, somewhat, not fully, because in general, the essays have a little bit different pattern. In fact, students who take general exam, they need to score. Usually, they need to score 777-8, means 7 in listening, reading, and writing each, and 8 in speaking. Whereas students who take academic exam may need to score usually 6, 6.5. It can be 7 as well sometimes. So they need to score between 6 to 7. Academic students need to score 6 to 7 band. Whereas general can be 777-8. So then comes speaking section. In speaking, we have 3 parts. 1, 2. 1 is about usual questions, general, like I have asked, introduce yourself. Well, introduce yourself. Then another task is there. It is called 2 minutes task or cue card. So cue card is the card is given to you, which invites you to talk about, for example, describe an advertisement that you watched. When you watched, what was it about? Why was it special? So cue card is a little bit challenging thing, because they have asked you to talk about a specific topic for 2 minutes. So sometimes students find it a little bit difficult. So what the part 3 is about, question and answers only. The examiner will ask you questions mainly based on your part 2. For example, the part 2 is the part 2 was advertisement. So the examiner in part 3 may ask you, tell me, do people buy things after having watched any specific advertisements on TV? So yes or no, and you need to elaborate it. Why do certain people only go for online shopping or online ads? How much people believe in? Can be anything, but it is based on part 2. So these are just the pattern of the things. I'm just telling the pattern of the exam. That's all. But that's about. Is there any doubt so far about the pattern? So 9 band speaking. Any doubt? Just raise your hand. Please let me know. My question is still there. How come one can do it online? The question has not been answered yet by me, and you, in fact, you did not ask. Right? It was from my side, because what I do is I voice the students. I know what they think, how they think. Maybe you have a different thought sometimes, but I first of all try to think from a student's point of view. So if I were there in your place, I would ask, how come, sir, you will teach us online? See, I have already given you a demo of this thing. So what I ask you to do is send Miss Vincent a voice message. So what we do, we keep on giving such tasks, and you will be getting the feedback. For example, Have I received any? No, I haven't received any. So, yes, Mr. Vincent, how many introductions have you got? Have you got?
So still now I have not got. I'm just waiting.
Please do send your introductions. See, in this game, there is a great importance of evaluation. Without evaluation, I cannot tell you what to be done and how to be done. So it's really yes, a major part is evaluation. So whether you write, speak, read, or even listen, evaluation is needed. How? For example, you did reading section. So I hope that all of you did some reading during your comprehension. You remember comprehension section? Krishna Dev Ghosh, you remember comprehension? Do you do comprehension? Passage, paragraph, in which all the students are very hopeful that we'll get marks somehow. Right? Yes. But here the comprehension is a little bit different. So what happens? We have a passage, okay? So as you move from passage 1 to 2 to 3, the difficulty level of the passage, increases. So the thing is that why it happens? First thing, the language of the passage becomes difficult. And how we do? Here we take the help of keywords. So here you have got limited time. Each reading has to be done in 20 minutes. So for complete reading section, that is doing passage 1, 2, and 3, you will be given 60 minutes. Within 60 minutes, you will have to complete all these 3 passages. Listening is around 30 to 36 minutes. That whatever audio you get, you will have to answer in that time only. And for essay writing, 20 minutes for task 1 and 40 minutes for task 2. And speaking as it goes, not a big deal. But the only thing is that you will have to quick act thinking. So yes, you have to quick act thinking. So let me answer my first question. The question was, how can we do it? What we do here in 1 hour, we take the basics of different things: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. For example, we are doing a writing section, for example. Okay. So in the beginning phase, what I do, I help the students to understand the topic. That's the first part. You should be able to understand, comprehend what the topic is. Then only you will be able to write it. Let me show you. This is our first step. Okay. In the first section, we only do one thing only. So the first step is paraphrasing. So in the first section, we only learn what is paraphrasing, how to paraphrase, Let me.
Excuse me, Shamim.
Yes.
Your voice is not breaking. I think some like echoing like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it all right now? Is it all right, sir? Check 1, 2, 3. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. It's audible.
Okay.
Tresama, you also felt like that? Any voice?
Might be because, yeah, because you know my wife
So
was
for
trying
me
to
it was
call me.
clear. I don't know like that.
Okay. Then no problem. Please carry on. And candidates, if you can come on the camera, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay. So okay. So what I have, you know, what I have tried to do is, see, I'll show you this stuff what I have made, you know, and it's you really, you know what a trainer wants. A trainer wants his audience. So if you become my audience, and if you do the way I tell you, I really feel this that my work was appreciated. Like I'm like an artist. I make an art, and I need. If you be my audience, then I'll be putting more efforts to create something new every time. So what I'm showing you is like we need to work very smartly in these 21 days. So here there is a long list of topics. Can you see? Some 10 topics are there. 10 topics. But the thing is that these 10 topics are based on a single theme, based on energy and environment. So what are we doing? We are saving our energy. We cannot write about each and every topic. So we need to be smart. We can at least go for mapping. So what we do? We take a couple of topics and start writing them. So here, for example, the first topic is solar energy is becoming more and more popular as a source of household energy in many countries around the world. Why is this? What are the advantages and disadvantages of solar energy? So here you can see that there is one statement. This is a statement. This is my. What is this? This is a fact. Or is information. This is information. So what I do in my first step of writing essay, I paraphrase. I use this fact, okay, as the base, as the base comment, and I start paraphrasing. It includes changing the language, the sentence structure of the. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. So your voice is a little bit echoing. It's coming like echo. Can you please open the main room? That means it will be clear, I think so.
Or if you can open the door, that would be better, because
Okay,
I think Zoom is suppressing your voice, I think.
Okay. Wait.
Yes, and here few people, they have not written their name, and if you can rename, or there are options that you can rename, so that we can know who are attending the class. Or if you can come on the cam, that would be great.
Is it okay now?
Not that much.
Oh. Wait. Is it okay now?
Yeah, we can just go.
Okay. I think it's better now.
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. So what I was telling you, I was just telling you a basic, it's not the real class actually. Okay. So what I'm trying to do,